a much more powerful device for demanding users, and that are becoming more and more popular. The mini PCs, will they take away the throne from the TV box? Enter and let's start. Digital greetings to all. I was absent a few weeks because I had a small incident, but I am back and with the cap of the channel. Today I bring you a different device, much more powerful than a TV box. These are the mini PCs that are gaining more and more followers, and could leave back in sales to TV box. This device is for other types of users, because not everyone needs a mini PC. 60% of users are basic users, who only want to update an obsolete smart TV with the new streaming applications such as Disney+, Star+, Netflix, HBO Max, etc. And they do not even install APKs, because they are happy with the functions they already have. On the other hand, a mini PC is a whole computer, but low consumption, since they use special processors of 10 watts maximum. More powerful and with more functions than a TV box without doubt, but it is for a little more advanced users. Like the TV box, mini PCs come in two presentations, in their desktop version, and in their stick version. I have both models, but today I will analyze one of the most successful, not only in power of hardware, if not in build quality, the Blitzwolf BW MPC-1. Stay and watch the full video, because I did a total autopsy, and I was very surprised by its versatility and storage. Let's go with unboxing. Rick is already very attentive to the investigation of this powerful mini PC. So let's see what is interesting. On the front of the box it only shows us the model and brand, and on the back the technical specifications. Inside, it comes packed in separate boxes. In this larger box, we find a user and installation manual, a sticker and the mini PC itself, with a plastic protection on its upper part. In the smaller box, there is the wall adapter to power the mini PC. This adapter is medium power since it delivers 12 volts and 3 amps of output. In addition, there is also a standard HDMI cable to connect it to a monitor or a TV. And this adapter cable with SATA protocol, that is key to expanding the storage of the mini PC, as you will see later. The build quality of the Blitzwolf mini PC is excellent. On the top it has a very shiny mirror finish, and the case is made entirely of anodized aluminum, and it is seen that it is worked with a CNC machine. When a product has a high quality in its materials and in its construction, that is noticeable to the touch. On the front it has the power button and a LED light. On one of its sides it has 4 ports USB, being 2 of them version 2.0, and has 1 slot to read any micro SD, and that I do not recommend to expand the memory since it has better options. On the back are the connections. Integrates a gigabit Ethernet port, an audio output, an output VGA video to use old monitors, an HDMI output for any modern screen, and the power input of the Y adapter. On the other side has a large slot for the air inlet, which believe me you will need. A perforated plastic cover at the bottom, 2 for ventilation. This mini PC has a very careful design that stands out for its LEDs on the top cover, and a hardware configuration that is quite worthy for its price. It is an interesting option as a desktop computer, since with its Intel Celeron processor of only 10 watts it is powerful enough for any desktop or multimedia task. Its main features are: includes the genuine Windows 10 Pro operating system, Intel Celeron J4125 processor with 4 cores and up to 2.7 GHz speed, integrated graphics, Intel UHD Graphics 600, 8 gigabits of integrated LDDR4 RAM, 128 gigabits of storage integrated, memory expansion with M.2 connection, memory expansion with SATA connection, 4 USB ports, with 2 of them version 3.0, UHD 4K output at 60 Hz, dual band Wi-Fi and gigabit Ethernet port, Bluetooth version 5.0, supports multiple operating systems and emulators. Don't tell me you're going here and haven't subscribed? Rick, attack him. Subscribe. Of course, my brother, you have to press the subscribe button right now, because some very good and detailed videos are coming. Also, here you not only inform yourself, you also learn about technology and electronics. And that is why we are going to do your autopsy. With just removing 4 small screws, we will have the cover outside, and we can have a first look at the hardware of the mini PC. These other 4 screws release the main card, and being careful not to stretch the internal cables. Adhered to the box are the 2 Wi-Fi antennas that it integrates its dual band system, and a circuit with a LED bar that indicates the operating states of the equipment. And this is the main card, where what stands out the most is its large heatsink. On the back there is a lithium battery that serves to keep the date and time, even if we disconnect the mini PC. The heatsink that the processor carries is quite large, and it has to be, because despite the fact that this processor is an Intel with low consumption technology, it generates a good dose of heat. Remember that the main failure in the cards is a bad cooling of its components. Already that heat is the main culprit in reducing the useful life of semiconductors. Attention, this is not a fan, but a small, blower-type turbine that sucks air through the upper part and throws it from the side, generating more air pressure at the whole length of the heatsink. Also, I see that this board only serves to concentrate the airflow inside the fins of the heatsink. Very ingenious. Now if I remove this heatsink, I can see more clearly this little piece of engineering. These fins, they give a large area of heat dissipation. More the merrier. And their mission is to keep cool this man. The J4125 Intel processor is the powerful brain of all this. Here Tenemo Card S2 RAM memories of 4 GB each that add 8 GB of RAM and have expansion spaces for more RAM. Here is the 128 GB storage chip, where Windows 10 Pro is installed, and the quartz oscillator that leads to this processor at a speed of up to 2.7 GHz. Note that the Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth wireless module is completely replaceable, since it is not soldered to the board, as in the TV box. It can be removed from its connector, and you can replace it with a better one if you detect any failure or it breaks down. Although I very much doubt that this will happen, because even the module is Intel and it looks of good quality. As I told you before, this equipment has better options than the micro SD slot to expand the memory. Since, as you see here, in addition to the module connector wireless, has an M.2 connector with PCI Express protocol for 42mm SSD memories, and a SATA connector for conventional hard drives. This is an NVMe SSD memory. Has M.2 connection and PCI Express protocol. This is 1 TB of capacity, and in long format of 80mm. In this case, my SSD memory is compatible with the M.2 connector, but it is not in length. Therefore, I cannot use it in this mini PC. These memories are currently the most modern. They are the future of storage. Since they do not have motors or moving parts, they are small, light and ultra-fast, reaching between 25 and 35 times the speed of a conventional hard disk. So I will soon make a video about them. For all this technology I was telling you that this device is for more demanding users. Now to assemble it, but before and as I always do, I will change the thermal paste to the processor for a better quality one. This is vital for our devices to work well for us and for more long time. In addition, I will take into account the direction of the turbine airflow with the indicator arrow for the correct cooling of the heatsink. And finally I will reinstall the wireless module, and that's it. Perhaps the most risky thing is the connection of the Wi-Fi antennas, since they have some very delicate micro connectors. But with some care, you should not have problems. I am very happy I have thoroughly reviewed this mini PC, and that in turn, they have been able to see its full potential. And in the process, we have learned a little more technology. Now when they choose, they will make a much smarter choice. Connecting this mini PC is as simple as connecting a TV box with its power cable and HDMI cable. But unlike a TV box, there is no remote control here to link, so we will need a keyboard with a USB connection to configure it. Now we press click on the power button, and the system will start to load. As every device must be configured, starting by choosing the language. Then I will put my country in the region. I will choose the keyboard in Spanish. and I will connect to my 5G Wi-Fi network. And as you can see, I already appear connected. Then they accept the Windows license agreement. Select the personal use settings. Enter their Microsoft account or create one, enter a PIN or key. That will be the password to access the mini PC. Accept the default privacy settings. Then select the ways in which they will use their mini PC. Well, I will choose all. This does not interest me. This either. And finally, we already have Windows 10 Pro running on this nice mini PC. What is so functional C is on any PC. And to show it, I am going to download and install the Chrome browser. And you will quickly see that I already have it on the desktop. And by default, it leaves us links to other Google apps such as Gmail, YouTube, Maps, etc. The quality depends on the videos you watch, but this mini PC works very well with up to 4K. You can also enter the system settings to select the screen resolution between different formats. Check the specifications of this mini PC such as its processor, memory RAM installed, the 64-bit format that it supports, the version of the Windows operating system, and above all check the storage, where you will see that of the 128 gigabytes, and due to the space that Windows occupies, you will only have about 87 gigabytes free for your programs and applications. And that is why I recommend that you install a small 2.5-inch hard drive, like this one, that I took from my PS4 because it was 512 gigabytes. And I replaced it with another 2 terabyte disk to have more space for games. Let's see how it is installed. This is a mechanical hard drive, but in 2.5-inch format, that are better than the larger ones, because they consume less and make less noise. All hard drives have this type of connection called SATA, and it is precisely where we are going to connect our small adapter cable that it came to us with the mini PC. Now, we only have to remove the lower cover, and note that this cover has 2 plastic bars, where a 2.5-inch hard drive fits precisely. But you should not put it this way, because when you put the cover the cables will be crossed. So you must put this other way, with the circuit board facing up. These plastic bars have 4 holes to attach the disc, and for that I will look for some screws among my things and be able to secure the disc so that it is fixed and secure. Now yes, I just have to connect the cables, and I will close the lid to test it. In order for the disk to be recognized by the mini PC, write disk in the search bar and select Create and Format Partitions of Hard Disk. Here you will see the storage of the mini PC, and the disk that I have installed that has multiple partitions, where the games of my PS4 are. With a few simple configuration steps, and I will have formatted and ready to use a hard disk with more space on the mini PC. Because it is a Windows device, you can install any program or application you want, since almost all applications have their installation version for PC. The performance is good, and the playback quality is in a decent 4K. You just have to link it a Bluetooth remote and that's it. With a hard drive, you can install several games, connect a Bluetooth remote to it and use it as a console. But this review was a bit long for me. So all those tests, I'll leave them for a special video. I'll even install the version of Android TV for PC, and so I can also use it like any TV box, and install my APKs. Absolutely, a mini PC is another level, both in power and in cost of. Of course, the Blitzwolf mini PC costs about $200, but when there are offers, it goes down a lot. So this 11/11 is an opportune day to buy it. But be careful, I repeat, it is not a device for everyone. So if you are a basic user just with a TV box, you will have more than enough. I would recommend it for people who are looking for a definitive equipment as a desktop device, since it will be able to do everything. Installing the appropriate programs, a mini PC is several devices in one, since it can be a PC, a TV box, a console, a media player, the karaoke system, etc. Depending on your needs, of course. Now children from a very young age are asking their father for a laptop, and with the matter of virtual classes, no way, they just buy them. But a $600 laptop for a child who, when he turns 17, maybe already cannot use it because it is obsolete? Well, it depends on each one and their possibilities. With a mini PC that is cheaper, you will have enough power, and your laptop will choose it when you go to university. That by that time there will be other much better hardware. Thank you for reaching the end of the video. Reward me with your like, my brother. Show me that you like my explanations, and how I make my videos, and subscribe to my channel, because more super detailed technology videos are coming. Help me and democratize technology. Until the next video.